Yeah, so this game I actually played all the way back in 2021 and didn't do anything with it. Now, for a little bit of context, this was a little bit before I think the second channel really was a thing. I think it existed, but I wasn't using it for really anything. And this was after the Omori video came out. So this was when the main channel was in like this transition period into the videos that are on there now. So this would have been a video that I was going to put on there, but it just didn't turn out to be a good video. And on top of that, this was before its sequel, Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, came out. So what I'm going to do is I want to play the second one because I've had it in my Steam library for a couple years now and just have never played it. But I want to replay the first one because it's been a couple years, and as well, it makes more sense for what we're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get started with Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. Then we will move to Milk Outside a Bag of Milk. Alright, welcome to the game. We're going to use the English Improved translation, because apparently that is a thing that has come out since I last played this. I guess this game wasn't originally in English. Yeah, so the first game I think is free. If not, it's really cheap. But the second game I think was a couple of dollars. Help me buy milk. Okay. Write down your name. Actually, in case this does like some Windows username stuff, because that is my Windows username. Oh. Yeah, you know what? We'll do absolute... I walked down the road to the store and rehearsed my speech. It's been so long since I've been out of the house that I completely forgot what words to say when entering a store. I'm going to the store. Who are you talking to? I'm imagining as if I were a character in a game. What if it helps me gather my thoughts? What game? Well, you know. There are games where you can see the character's thoughts right on the screen, you know? So I thought if someone is reading my mind, I need to be very focused so I don't blur it out too much. Haha. I take a deep breath of air. Hello, can I? Crap, I forgot. 19th attempt, I'm failing again. I bite my lip in frustration. So once again. Hello, can I get... Wow, that's a whole word more. Thank you, I'm trying my best. I think this time the L sound was longer than usual. Do you think that's it? Who knows? Hello, can I? I wish I hadn't said anything. We're gonna be supportive, don't worry. Okay. By the way, you've been walking with your left foot on the pavement and your right foot on the grass for a whole minute now. What? My right foot is frozen in the air. How much? 15 steps on the pavement, 50 steps on the pavement, 51 on the grass. I have to undo the previous step. How do you imagine that? It's not the first time this has happened. Been taught the right way, haven't you? Come on. I don't remember. I'm ready to burst into tears. Here we go again. So, step 1, take a step back to get your foot exactly in your own footprint. Wait a minute, what do you mean step 1? What then? But it's already the 52nd. Or wait, I'm going backwards, so it's the 50th? It doesn't add up. Okay, okay. Step 50, take a step back to get your foot exactly in your own footprint. Can you rephrase it just a little bit? You can't just repeat a phrase without changing at least one word. People won't talk. People don't talk like that. Yeah, hopeless. Make it sound like it's my fault. The store closes in an hour, so you will be very, very guilty if you don't buy milk. Damn, really? Well, are you ready? Hell yes. I carefully move my foot backwards, looking carefully into the dense grass. Yeah, this is just social anxiety, isn't it? As I enter the store, I turn to the first person I see. Hello, can I? You can barely tell. I think the silhouette is supposed to be like that. Weird. Oh. Excuse me, what? 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 Oh. He shouldn't have done that. He's obviously not going to change his lines. You run the risk of ending up in an endless loop. Excuse me, what? Oh. 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 What? Oh. What is he trying to tell you? He's trying to scare me, but how does he know that I'm terrified by the letter O? What's so scary about it? I have a frightening image when I picture it in my head. I can show you, explaining won't be enough, but keep in mind that it'll cost me a dozen nerve cells. Something like that. So I'll just continue to ignore his question. What? Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh. I gather all my will into a fist. Oh? Oh! My interlocutor shook and crawled away. You just repeated after him, and it worked. Do it more often. Wait, I said he crawled away. Did he really crawl away? I mean, I didn't even look at his direction. When exactly did he say that? Just now. Personally, I didn't hear it. You're just trying to distract me. But I know that my words were shown on the screen. I'm standing by the shelves. On the rack, there are bags of milk. Yep. We both stand, and the milk lies. Or maybe... Hey, slow down. Do you remember why you're here? To buy milk. So buy it. Right here? What do you expect me to say? I guess something like not here? Not bad. Take the bag to the register. I guess the first sentence. And you, as if out of spite, didn't pause before the second one. Want to rob one of my little victories? I sigh and reach out to take the milk, or rather the bag with the milk inside. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk inside. Come on, come on. 15 minutes before the store closes, hurry up. I remember what these games are called, visual novels. And by the way, the numbers are written there in full with letters. Are visual novels worse than books? But they are the authors are not lazy, so don't get lazy either. Wait, I thought only your thoughts were visible on the screen. Not anymore, so watch your mouth. Anyway, you heard me. Hurry up or you'll get it at home again. I'm on my way. Hello, can I get some milk, please? You have it. Give. I put a weighty bag on the register. Of course, not just the bag, but the milk too. Hi, can I have it, please? No. Please? No. But please, Mom will throw me out of the window if I get back without milk. No. But why not? Give more. But I don't have anything else. Hey. What? Pay for the milk. Really, what would I do without you? I take a crumpled bill out of my pocket and hand it to the cashier. He starts to carefully examine it. Took about 2 days before he nodded contentedly and put it in the cash register. Thank you, goodbye. Walk down a familiar street past a gas station. A bag of milk unpleasantly tugs at my hand, reminding me of the days when I was in physical therapy. By the way, they gave me a bag at the checkout, so now I'm carrying a bag of milk in another bag. Don't think anything of it, I just love the pyramidal structure of verbal constructions. The gas station is getting closer. How are you feeling? Thank you for your interest. I feel like a mile-long bar of ice cream. What is that supposed to mean? As if I tell you. But I'm really interested. Well, look, the ratio of water to milk and the volume of air occupied by me is about 30 to 1. And yeah, ice cream is not the best unless you want to drink more than eat. Anyway, the road from the store to the gas station is a stick, and the road from the gas station to home is ice cream. I'm kind of visualizing this, actually. During today's walk, my body has been to every part of this path. Simple math. I see. I feel movement under my feet. Asphalt grains, petrol stains. I'm trying to keep my balance, and how do people move over something as uneven as the city plain? Gently, heel toe. I count in my mind every meter of the path I walk. I even close my eyes for more concentration. Hey, watch out! Ah? I unconsciously take a sharp step to the side. At the moment, a huge bear rushes past me with a wild screech. Hey, I'm walking here! I cast a reproachful glance at the swiftly departing giant. Its red eyes in turn look at me with mockery. Do you see that? How brazen. It was a truck. Oh, really? Although, if you think about it, are there bears with eyes on the back of their heads? You could have died. Come on, are you saying something so... Are you saying someone would seriously want to kill an innocent girl carrying a bag of milk? We'll go with this. I'm not in the world you're talking about. My journey continues. If you think about it, the road from the store has one interesting property. It adjusts to me in the most bizarre ways. When I'm in a hurry, all the traffic lights turn off helpfully. When I feel like crying, a cloud appears over me and pours rain streams that hide my tears. Right now, I can feel a cloud slowly gathering over the top of my head. I'm sad. Are you sure this is really happening? What else could it be? Let's just do that. You know what? What? No, whoops. Since I'm a character in a visual novel, I want to talk to whoever is reading this right now. Do we give a warning, or... Can I save this? Hey, look at that. 1, I guess? There we go. What? No? There we go. If you say so. I forcefully squeeze my head with my hands and place a thought block. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bench, the perfect place for cliched visual novel monologues. I move closer, place a noticeably weighted bag of milk next to it, and raise my head to the sky. Listen, I'm a little embarrassed. I realize I'm going crazy. The medications are becoming less and less effective, so... Ultimately, things will happen painlessly, I hope. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's say yes. Really? Must be nothing like the model protagonist at all, huh? To be honest, I haven't read many visual novels. Sometimes I regret it because now it costs me a lot of effort just to distinguish between letters and words. By the way, if you don't mind, I'd rather not name my diagnosis. Let at least you be the one who sees me for who I am. Even though I made you up, don't take that away from me, okay? Don't ask me for too much. How stupid does this all seem? From the very beginning, you've been following me, reading my delusional thoughts, hearing my silly conversations. I must seem crazy and weird to you. What's it like to see a world through my eyes? Ever since something happened, all I see is red blood everywhere. Don't worry about me, I got used to it a long time ago. Admittedly, I've even forgotten what other colors look like. Come on. Those monsters from the store, they didn't scare me at all. After all, I know they won't hurt me. Sometimes I think they are themselves afraid of me. Can you imagine that? By the way, if you want to ask me what happened, please don't. Promise? I'm serious. Of course, you couldn't help but ask. What? I didn't ask at all. In the end, I'm just talking to myself. Sooner or later, I would have brought it up. So you're really that interested in what happened to me? I won't waste time. What do you see? Looks like a phoenix. Anyway, this is my dad. Okay, I was close. Some of his parts, at least. We do have a very difficult family, but despite all the problems, I never would have thought... Sorry, I shouldn't have raised my voice. Anyway, he jumped out the window and died. This is my last memory, then a long gap. Strange, very strange. Today is the first time I've ever been able to buy something in a store without a major incident. Of course, the medication helped me, but I think it's more your merit. I kept thinking we mustn't screw up in front of the reader, or oh my god, what will he think? Haha. I don't know why I decided to become a visual novel character for the sake of going to the store today, but it clearly paid off. Thank you. By the way, it seems to me that there are some boundaries in our conversation, or our communication. That's how I like it. And yet I've been so sad lately. I've been thinking more and more about what my life has become ever since my dad... Well, you know. Day after day, it's the same thing. I've tried so many medications I hardly feel any difference between them anymore. As long as they help keep me on my feet, I'm happy. But you know what? Today's a special day because I have you. There's so much I want to tell you, you can't... Oh no. I'm not going to pressure you, I'm just advising you to go home. I understand. Well, dear reader, shall we go? When I get to my floor, I hang over the railing. Repeating this action every day like a ritual, I stop being afraid of heights altogether. A few minutes ago, the effects of the medicine finally wore off, so I just enjoy the blissful silence. When I'm under the influence of drugs, terrible and unpleasant melodies sound in my head, mixing with the sounds of the world around me. They create a terrible dissonance in my head. I turn around and go to my apartment. Did you bring the milk? Hi, Mom. Did you bring the milk? Yes, Mom. Did your new medicine help? Yes, Mom. Go to bed. Yes, Mom. Alright, we have upgraded to 1080p. Let's start in English. Game contains flashing images and touches on heavy topics. Take care. Okay. What would the Halloween special be without some heavy topics? Whoa! We have an animation. Kind of looks like a building I've seen before. Oh, is this just a recap of what we just played? Oh yeah, there's the music. Wait, now it's a carton of milk. Ooh, wait, I just realized this could be... Fuck, this could actually be really cool now. Because inside could be, like, the subjective experience, outside could be the objective experience. So now we're actually seeing how everything looked. That'd be so cool if that's the case. Oh, hey Ava. Milk outside, a bag of milk outside, a bag of milk. Actually kind of like the very minimal title screen. Okay, let's get started. I'm walking to my room trying not to look around. Playful shadows dance around me here and there, they dash all over the walls, the ceiling. One of those shadows whizzes past me, touching my face ever so slightly. I smile and continue walking, paying it no mind. Sometimes it's so easy to lose self-control and track of time spinning in a joyful dance. But I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Mom told me to go to bed. Okay, so this is immediately after the end of the previous game. I walk past the kitchen on the way to my room. The door is shut, but I can still feel the chilling air coming from the other side. My first thought is that there's a living corpse blowing into the keyhole, laughing mockingly. It's so silly. I'm absolutely sure we have no corpses in our kitchen. I know for sure that we've never had any corpses in our kitchen. I'm absolutely sure that... I break into a run and dash towards the closed door, the shadows intensifying their chaotic dance. Are they trying to stop me or calm me down? I don't know. It doesn't matter right now, don't you get it? I wave my hands around as I turn, or as I run, trying to chase away my annoying pursuers, but then I suddenly realize I won't be able to stop in time. I've got no other choice but to break the door down. If there's somebody inside, I'll surely scare them to death, but wait, how can I scare to death someone who's already dead? What if it actually revives them? No, I don't want that. What do I do? I couldn't fully complete my thought when my shoulder hit the door and it flew open. As I expected, there was no living corpse inside, but there was a bag of milk I bought today, sitting right in the middle of the table, watching me with its unblinking eyes. I stare back, nothing happens. Although, what exactly did I expect? Gratitude? Have I done something that warranted it? A bag of milk probably doesn't care whether it's on the shelf in a store or on the table in my mom's kitchen. On the other hand, nobody would drink milk inside the store, which means I took it from the safest place in the world and into the scary unknown. I am so sorry, you poor thing. You poor thing. I turn away in shame and leave the room in a hurry. I only bring others trouble. I walk towards my room through a narrow corridor. I meet a familiar, formless creature at the door. It locks me in its clutches and starts sniffing every inch of my body like a hungry dog. I'm not struggling, I know it's useless. I just stay silent and endure its tight grip that stops me from moving. After sniffing me from head to toe, the creature holds out its ugly paws, bearing a single claw, thin and sharp like a blade. Again? I stare questioningly into the monster's bottomless eye sockets. Don't move. The creature squeezes my hands until my veins start bulging. I just keep staring into the black cavities where its eyes should be, ignoring all pain. I've promised so many times. Stay put. The moment it says that, its claw pierces my arm. I don't feel anything other than the barely discernible crawling under my skin and the ring of tightly sprung sinews. But then the claw injects its venom into me. It hurts. A white veil appears in front of my eyes, my fingers cramp and start twitching frantically. I lose control over my body and slowly slide to the floor, just like last time, but why? Why do I feel so hot? I feel my blood boiling up, strong shivers run through my body, paralyzing every single cell while my veins and arteries heat up, almost bursting from that pressure. I try screaming, but instead of producing words, I vomit thick, milky foam. The creature noses it and throws itself at me in anger, grabbing me by the throat while keeping the poisonous claw inside my arm. Kill me, kill me. Hysterical screams resound through the corridor, and in a fit of madness, the creature starts scratching my neck. Bright splashes fly everywhere, hitting the walls with a loud sound. I try to imprint where every drop fell in my memory so I could gather them all later. I need to remember. I need... A new wave of pain washes over me. Everything turns pitch black in an instant. Say it. I will never drink milk ever again. Say it. I'll never drink milk ever again. Say it again. I'll never drink milk ever again. I'll never drink milk ever again. I finally get to my room. I'm so tired of all this fuss. Thankfully, I still feel comfy and warm in my room. Even the weird sounds coming from outside don't make me anxious at all. Mom told me to go to bed, so I need to perform all the needed preparations. I've washed my face, and now I'm standing in front of the mirror with a toothbrush in my mouth. I look at my reflection and shows absolutely no desire to sleep. Yeah, I get how you feel. And there was a time when the last minutes before I sleep were my favorite time of the day. I loved anticipating the inevitable moment when the reality and the dream world would clash. I woke up for that moment's sake, lived through the day for it. My biggest dream was to sleep all day long. It would have been so cool, but the dreams always slowly but surely slipped away. As if somebody fished them out of my head one after another, until nothing was left, and now I have to sleep again, even though I don't feel any need for it. After finishing with my face, I usually reach out for my pills. It's funny, but I have no idea how they work separately since I always swallow them as a bunch without thinking. Now I have to have a better look at it, to twirl it between my fingers to chew on it. I'd do anything to stall them for just a little bit more time. A smooth, protruded red capsule is looking at me. It's covered in a murky, semi-transparent film, but I can still discern its contents. So what do we have inside you? I gently press the capsule from both sides, and to my surprise, it turns out to be soft and squishy. I press harder and the capsule pops. Sticky, bright red liquid pours out. Filthy. The pill flies straight to the waste bin, and I start vigorously washing my hands. No, there's no way I'm drinking that. Next was a flat pill of the same blood red color. There were some letters printed on it. Oh, I get it. This is the medicine that makes me really sleepy, but it's not the type of sleep I want. That's not it at all. It's fake. I don't want to look at it. The pill flies into the waste bin as well. The next half an hour goes by in a similar fashion. I study every pill from all sides, and then I find a reason not to swallow it. I invent my own medicine instead and enjoy swallowing them one after another, letting myself drown in their healing effects. Hey, my neck doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my hand doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my head doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my heart doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my eyes don't hurt anymore. How come I didn't think of this earlier? This is so simple. I need to brag about it to someone right away. But not to my mom. She'll just scold me. And she's sure I'm already sleeping anyway. I don't want to disturb her without reason. I'll think of something myself. Besides, I just really want some small talk. I wonder who's going to be my conversation partner. Is that where we come in? Hey. Okay, let's save the game. Cool. Oh, it's that O from before. Wait, I just realized. Okay, I think this O is supposed to be a pill container. Is it zooming in? Oh yeah, it is. Like, it looks like if you were to somehow put a camera lens at the bottom of a container or like a cylinder. It has that same look. Okay, hey. Presentation is very different to before. Hey, long time no see. You know we're only supposed to meet once per day, right? Why does your voice sound so grim? Naturally, I've read the manual. Judging by the pictures, the overdose side effects are the usual headaches, dizziness, exhaustion. Basically, nothing I can't handle by myself. After all, now that I know how to do it. You didn't reply. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? We'll go with this. That's not true. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now. Alright. I'll just stay silent until medicine's effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. That's exactly what I'm doing. What a bully. Okay, so we're just playing as medicine, I guess. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you at all. I'm so energetic and I feel great, which means I can do anything, and you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. What made you so happy all of a sudden? And why would I be sad? Remember yourself a couple hours ago? I don't know what you mean. We'll go with this one. Stop lying. I still don't understand. Whatever, unlike you, I won't forget that pathetic, snotty girl for a long time. She just whines and whines all the time. I wouldn't try ruining my mood. I want to have fun while we're together, right? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see, yeah. Am I really that pathetic? No response. Say something. I feel tears streaming down my cheeks, hanging from my chin, and then falling on my clothes, burning holes in them. That was fast but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Go wash your face, then we'll decide what to do with you. You have a balcony. You have a nice apartment. Though given the themes of this, well, these two games so far, that may not be a good thing. In front of a mirror again, I keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneering looks the walls are giving me, trying not to drown in their giggling, but then me in the mirror also shows me a creepy smile, bares her teeth at me. I shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped even if I sunk through the floor. I started counting in my mind, 2 squared, 2 by 2 squared, a square squared, a square pyramid squared, a pyramidical structure cubed, a pyramidical structure hypercubed. I feel better. So is math her escape? But my head is splitting apart now. How do you feel? You're mocking me, right? Obligated to ask you this at least a couple of times per session. A session, huh? You don't like that, Vord? I'm fine. No, you're not. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know. Yeah, got to know how challenging it was. Okay, so I changed what I said before about this being the, like, objective version of the story. I don't think that's really the direction we're going in. I'm pretty sure that this is still entirely, well, given we are now playing the role of medicine as well, this is definitely subjective, but, you know, we can keep going in this direction, see what the story is going to be. Is this why you, is that why you threw away the medicine? What a stupid decision, right? Whatever it was your decision. Does it even matter? Yes. Somehow I find it hard to believe. Then why did you do that? I feel like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true, the pain subsided for a bit that time, but now I feel it triple in force. It hurts so bad. You know what to do. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow the pills one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lumps of coagulated blood and transparent coating travel down my esophagus, scratching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worsens my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you more than pain. Yeah, I guess. I toss the last pill into the air and catch it with my mouth. There's even a math symbol on his sweater. I lie on the floor, I look at the ceiling, I can clearly hear water running in the metal pipes up there. I hear the cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can't imagine my death coming from above, rather it's rearing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Do you want to talk about it? No, I've had enough of talking. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. Even if the ceiling is bound to collapse, it won't be today. Can you stay silent, please? I need to get my thoughts in order. Sorry, I'm very intrigued by this picture. I'm just looking at how it's drawn, all the details in it. I carefully extract thoughts that are yet to be fully formed from my head and lay them down, or lay them out on the ceiling in orderly rows. Now it's my cork board. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switch them from one place to another, pile them on top of each other, scatter them around. In the end, I throw them off with my hand, annoyed, and start over. I can't do it. You know, always imagine your thoughts as something small and swarming like cockroaches. That's not exactly helpful. I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? I don't mind either way. Why would you go for cockroaches to describe that? I don't have time to blink before my thoughts, they're fireflies now, start whirling all over the ceiling on their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just that moment doesn't come. In the event, even though I hope we have more than just one save file, the mocking sounds of flapping wings coming from the ceiling make me start losing my patience. Enough, I hate you. I spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs, the fireflies scatter. Good job, now start over. No. Understandable behavior makes you look bad. Or unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't bother you? Should it? Yeah, we'll go with yeah. And what do you want me to do then? I don't know, it's up to you. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. I've changed my mind already. Please don't stay silent for this long either. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. I raise my eyes, look at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all the fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. I need to find them. Forget about them and go to bed. No, you don't get it. I'm thinking about something. I need to finish my thoughts or else... I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature as small as a firefly to hide here. They can be anywhere. Suddenly, I hear a deafening rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please tell me you will help me. Come on, stop bullying me. You promised to talk to me. What were you thinking while you were lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. Best to stay silent. Instead of asking silly questions, help me find my fireflies. To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess we'll have to tear the whole place apart. No. If I make even the smallest of messes here, I'll feel really bad. Alright. All the things should stay in their places, and that's it. Why? Are you trying to come up with a reason now? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. We'll go with that one. I don't and I won't. Alright then, so we need to find a bunch of tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything, even an inch. Yes. My oh my. I have an idea. Last time, becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. Now I want to become a point-and-click adventure game character. You know, those games have moments where you just look at different objects and something inevitably happens. It sounds so fun. And what about the things you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It would make it even more interesting. This is so childish. And wanna know what the best part is? You'll be the one doing it. Oh, great. Oh, yes. I start panicking as soon as I get a multiple choice situation. I'll just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Do you want that to happen? You're such a handful. You're able to make decisions. Why not continue on that road? Yeah, we'll go with this one. Come on, don't be so boring. I'm just teasing you. You don't have to bear the whole burden. Asking for help is a reasonable decision, too. Let's begin already. I go to the middle of the room and look around. Where would I hide if I were a tiny firefly? Ah, this is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey, what? Look down. For a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out from under my sweater. Wow. Smoke coming from your clothes? What? I don't want you to just catch on fire. That would be pretty bad. I carefully grab the firefly, it pleasantly scorching to the touch. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy, time to come home now. As if it was an order, the firefly slowly drifts up, circles around my head for a bit, and then flies into my ear without the speed of a bullet. Eh, it tickles. One down, let's look for the others. Yeah. Is this actually a point-and-click adventure game now? Holy shit, it is. Hey, editor's note here. So, this game does a very particular thing with the dialogue, where it repeats and kind of goes in circles, and it makes sense because it helps to characterize the girl in this game, or in both of these games, really. The thing is that it goes on throughout the entirety of both of these games, and we've already seen it with the first game. We've now seen it for about 20 minutes in this second game. So now I'm going to start cutting out a lot of the dialogue that I feel is very redundant, simply because we already understand the character of this girl. If you want to see the full dialogue, then you can play the game. It's not that expensive. But going forward, I am going to cut out some stuff because it was during this upcoming point-and-click section of the game that my patience was really starting to wear thin, simply because of how repetitive the dialogue was. And like I said, it did its job, but that objective has been sufficiently met already. I mean, could any of them be among all the parcels here? What about these notes? The usual notebook pages glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects. Yeah. I think you knew them by heart. Yeah? This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing. It's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My screen makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, Firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around in a business-like manner, it takes off in a business-like flight and ends up entering my business-like ear. Hey, let's continue searching. Okay, so we're just clicking everything in the room. Alright. Can do. It'll just take a while because we end up having a small monologue after each one. I turn my eyes towards an inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass with a toothbrush sitting on it, and a small towel is hanging nearby. What a wonderful sight. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Okay, let's look somewhere else. It's like a Tom and Jerry mouse hole, it looks like here, unless that's supposed to be a cable that's looping back. Trash can. Get close to the waistband and look inside it with curiosity. Pill packaging, notebook pages, and other garbage. Boring. There's nothing here, indeed. No self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you here. Okay, so we've done that, that. Okay. The cabinet! I tilt my head backwards and almost fall over. The closet cabinet is hanging under the ceiling, at least 300 feet off the floor. Are you joking? You know it's my room, not everything here is for me to use. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care at all. Like, totally and definitely. Not even for 1,000th. Okay. Hey, I'm not even done telling you how much I don't care. From this moment on, I'm ignoring you. Oh, no you don't. Act normal. This is definitely an interesting setup. So we have what looks like 2 radios. One of which is plugged into a laptop. So what, do we do a radio show up here? Are we transmitting this? Okay, the alarm clock. Time continues its unstoppable flow. It's so late. Are you tired? You bet I am. Let out a theatric yawn and hold my arms to the sides. 1, 2. Then I raise them above my head. 3, 4. Maybe a little workout will help me freshen up. Good idea. Do you remember the exercises you've been taught? I think so. I take a hesitant stance. What was it? Heels together, toes apart. Whatever, I'll go with that. Count down 5 minutes. Fine. You have a clock right in front of you, though. I can't look at its hands for too long. At first, I feel like they start moving in the wrong direction, and then they disappear altogether. And things always get messy. Last time I saw a pair of eyes on the clock face. Also, I used to hear voices back in the day. They plead for help, I think. What a mess. Truly a mess. It was a mess, right? A mess. Well, are you counting down? My god, finally. What do you mean? I'm trying to get through to you for half an hour. Huh? Forget it. Do you see a firefly? No. Let's continue searching then. Okay, so we got the radio. And lightning. The laptop. Look at my laptop. I haven't touched it for years, so it's covered in a layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item, I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful, tell me about it. I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. All my parents probably brought it in here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it. On the other hand, they encouraged me to do so. Sure, I've spent my whole days in front of the screen, games, drawing, engineering, calculator, 3D modeling. Well, tell me about that. Yeah, tell me about 3D modeling. You had amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did before entering the web. Imagine this. You're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living. Did you imagine? As always, your analogies are spot on, okay? I imagined. Alright, so you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation. You're a hamster that lives... Okay, I got it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. Fine. Suddenly, a firefly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it. It gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. Let's continue searching. Is that everything? No, there's still a whole lot of shit here. We don't need... Okay, well... let's check out the drawers. I doubt all the compartments are locked. Fair. Umbrella. Makes a faint sense of coolness. No wonder. It's the only thing that defends me against the thunderclouds that gather under my ceiling. such a blessing that I can do it without any help. Still, a firefly wouldn't hide in a place like that. It will catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it? Why? I'm sure we won't find anything there. There's my sketchbook. Half of its pages are blank, which means it'll still be good for a couple of years. Yeah, actually, that's pretty accurate. You draw that rarely? Why? Isn't that obvious? If I run out of pages, I'll have to buy a new sketchbook. I can't get to the stationery store on foot. I'll have to take the bus. Do you even realize what kind of nightmare that can turn into? Maybe you can ask your mom to buy one? Buy what? Ask whom? Can you even form coherent sentences? Don't play dumb. Ask your mom to buy a notebook instead. Instead, you want me to perform a string of actions, but you're also telling me to do one instead of another? Then how would I decide which action to take? You're so dyslexic. You lack empathy. Is that my fault? I get close to the sketchbook, stepping over the wires, the sleeping bag, the cracks in the laminate, and the window's reflection. The sketchbook is lying on the stool. From my height, it seems like the stool is missing 2 legs. I squat and look again, all the legs are in place. Might be able to think of an interesting allegory. Nope, I can't think of one. Oh, let's not go there, okay? I stand up and study the sketchbook from inches away. Its pages are pure white. The last drawing is buried on the previous page, the way it should be. Too bad. I'd love to see it. Maybe next time. A sudden gust of chilly wind breaks into the room and makes the pages rustle. Suddenly, you see the previous page. Oh no! I shut my eyes. A distinctive sound of pages turning echoes with my headache in my head. I know what's going to happen. The rustling has stopped, even though the wind is still howling from every direction. It can only mean one thing. The notebook is open on the first page. If I wait a little longer, the wind will close it. I won't have to look. If I wait a little longer... If I wait... Open your eyes. No. It's okay, just do it. No, wait, I know you're lying. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. Fine. Open my eyes with utmost caution. The notebook is still open in the middle. No drawings, nothing. The pages are still pure white. Did I imagine it? I don't know, did you? You're a smart one here, you tell me. Next time, don't close your eyes. What did you... I couldn't finish speaking because the pages started moving again. Don't close your eyes. Don't make me do it, I'm scared. Trust me. Rustling grows louder, the pages lift up. I can almost see the outlines of drawings on previous pages. No way, everything is in the past should stay in the past. You couldn't convince me, that's it. I'm closing my eyes. Look there. Barely visible light seeps through the pages. With every new gust, it becomes brighter and brighter. A firefly. The wind immediately stops. For a moment, the world sinks into perfect silence, but only for a moment. The buzz that was always been haunting me fills the surroundings, but it doesn't matter now. Goodness gracious, little boy, you made me so scared. We're running short on time, so let's continue searching. Alright. Guess we'll look at the backpack. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming from its own uselessness. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. So what's inside your bag instead? Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. Taking out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. Alright. What do you like the most there? Oh, rooms are really bright, not like at home. That's it? Don't rush me. Let me remember. Well, the beds were also... There are beds at your school? What the fuck? Where can I go to school and get a bed? Or is this, like, university that we're talking about? Because in my case, the beds fucking sucked. Ah, man. It was like sleeping on a fucking trash bag, basically. Also, we did not get free food at fucking university, so... I don't know. I basically just would go to, like, the corner and whatever, get food there. By the way, I attended all the classes. The others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smiled gently, absorbed with warm memories. You never graduated, though. Okay, so I guess this might be university? Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. No, this is like public school. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also... Oh, so you were failing classes. Also realized that some time ago the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner and went to our rooms. And what happened then? I don't remember. And does it even matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please. Okay, fine. That day, he picked me up from school earlier, explained to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went our separate rooms. Satisfied? Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. The scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done. Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. Well, I guess we're already on this route. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on my back. Knowing that these moments should never be ignored, I turn around. But there's nothing there. What happened? Just got an achievement. You're annoying. Try figuring this one out. Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. I look at my bag again, light pouring into the room through the window glints on the metal parts, and there's also a shadow underneath it, which means it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I almost end up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden anger, but I manage to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move even an inch, the whole picture will collapse, and I'll go blind. It has already happened countless times. What do you mean you go blind? I've spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. I look down and see that a small insect is crawling towards me from my bag. It's barely glowing, and it can't even fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. It starts glowing brightly as soon as I touch it, then flies up. This one is kind of sad. I wonder why. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure, let's continue searching. Okay. I'm starting to get a picture a little bit of what we're doing here. How many more things do we have? So this is the one that I think we need to get to eventually. All these are good. So we're going through all the memories based off of every item that's in here. So, air vent, AC, radio, posters on the wall, another... We have 3 fucking radios in this... I didn't even notice that this was right here. Okay, a fan. And, okay, so we are at least halfway done. I mean, okay, I'll say this right now, because I haven't said my thoughts on this, I've just been reading. I'm starting to get, like, I'm getting the picture of what's going on here. I understand the whole point of certain things being repetitive and, like, kind of abrasive to go through. I'm getting, like, I get why that's the case. But it is just getting a little annoying with a few of the things that we're having to do and all of the repetition that's going on. Yeah, this is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure no living creature would ever be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. They want to dig deep into it with a couple of favorite items, close our eyes, and then... Hey, did you fall asleep? Huh? Gently slap my cheeks to return myself to senses. It's already way past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping at like a log at that time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Okay, maybe we'll find something inside. Now my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they always cause insomnia, just like tonight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's... I can relate to that. Okay, the floor fan. Or desk fan that's on the floor. Hahaha. What's funny about it? I imagine myself being a firefly that's looking straight at a giant fan. And? I'd be so jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage it's locked in and the cable. It's like an inmate, if you think about it. It's so sad. Yeah. Let's continue searching. Okay, this is... I would imagine there could be 2 in there. It's not easy to get out of here. That's it? Okay. Alright, cool. We get a little bit of music. Oh, there's lights hanging from the ceiling, too. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just the AC and the posters. I look up towards a very high place under my ceiling. I can hear a countless number of small legs marching inside the AC unit. Oh well. What happened? Fireflies can't be friends with cockroaches. We better look at somewhere else. Why would cockroaches be there? Have you forgotten? You're the one who told me to think of my thoughts as cockroaches. Yes, but... They became fireflies afterwards, but cockroaches don't disappear just like that. So they occupied this place. Fair enough. Yeah, I get that. And what are those? Ah, that. Those are photos of my best memories. But they're blank. Very on the nose with that one. Okay, I stared at them so intensely that I burned them with my eyes. Now they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks. Forget it. Are we continuing the search or what? Okay, we are. Oh, something just appeared here. What is this? What's this? Huh? Is it like a box opener? Oh, please don't tell me she's going to... like... slit her wrists. I like this number station. Yeah, we can't do anything with this. So... I think that's everything. Yeah, finish searching. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. What do you mean, you guess? I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all, a zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? Let me think about that one before I respond. Shouldn't think too much, it hurts. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony, breathe in some air. Somehow those words triggered a panic attack in me. I could subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean... this may sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. This is going to be what decides the ending, isn't it? There's no way somebody cares about you that much. Alright, let's stay here. Let's go with this one. Just for a couple of minutes, okay? Alright. My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot, it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. So maybe this is what this is supposed to be. And I just restarted the song. Whoops. There are lights on the windows. There are muffled voices coming from the inside. The howling wind spirals up and spits into hundreds of independent streams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every person living here. It must feel so lonely, living in endless silence. The apartment building is pretty weird, isn't it? I could see the horizon from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? I definitely feel. Sometimes that's more than enough. Oh yeah, there's the O. I called it. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course, moreover, I'm completely terrified. Was it that obvious? Looking in every direction, but not up. Ah, this. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? Ah, you know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, but at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. If that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself after all. You believing this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's walls, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I'm cold, let's get back inside. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. What are you going to do? What's with the silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course, hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside a bag of milk, and yet... You don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I already know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill. Of course not, in fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. That's a goodbye then. No. I have one more small favor to ask, a really, really small one. What is it? I blurred out way too much today, a lot of stuff I want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I won't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? Nervously scratch my wrist and bite my lower lip. You're afraid to tell me. Yes. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop, I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No you. Oh yeah, the famous no you tactic, of course! And now she's asleep. Well, what was the thing that was being asked? I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. I know, it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, lied down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Legs floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes with trembling pale pupils. It was scary, you know. Then one day, I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while. And then silhouettes, letters, and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well-deserved, I guess. I feel like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. After that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, letters, and eyes stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping at me, and I'm kind of scared of them and can't imagine or can't even argue with them. But today, of course, they're still listening, you know? Use your hands. Alright. So chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Shh. Now trying so hard here, don't you get it? They'll hear you. Alex, nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something about stopping. Sounds silly. But it's not. And meaningless. You know what you're talking about. I know to realize that it would just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. Just got an achievement called Are We Friends? So that's what friendship is like. Hello, thank you for choosing a pizzeria. You know, this place is so empty, though I don't feel particularly good or bad because of it. I'm all alone, but at the same time, it feels like I'm not. There's a lot of thoughts in my head, and they always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. I'll sure it'll be able to fill the void around me if I try hard enough. Although, no matter how much I think, my surroundings don't change. Yes, the things happened in my head, but they never left its premises. And it's not like I tried to suppress them. Maybe they were afraid to come out. Why is she just on the side of the building, though? Okay, now she's inside. What kind of pizza would you like to order? Pepperoni with onions. Anyway, there's so much space in my head that could be put to good use. You can just text a pizzeria and get pizza delivered. So every thought would make a senseless and merciless circle in my head destined to go back to the way it started. But there should be an end somewhere. You can't wander around forever. What do you think? I know it sounds scary, but it's not scarier than constantly existing among the void. This place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 3 pizzas for the price of 2. Yeah, there's probably nothing good in having the same thoughts over and over. What's the point of having them anyway? I could have escaped from here, but I feel like my thoughts aren't helping me at all. They should be ashamed. Probably. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. I would have had it easier with one. I tried to find it. It turned out to be a waste of time. No matter where I look, it's not looking good, pun not intended. And that strips me of the last bit of hope for salvation. We also have a discount program for new customers. You can learn more about it on your account page. Don't you think that me being here is also a waste of time? What's the point in that? I can just keep on thinking, and even then, my thoughts are as meaningless and empty as everything else. Does it mean I'm not filling the void? It doesn't mean that I'm not filling the void, but I'm part of it? Then why should I feel anything? Why should I know that I exist? Although, I'm not even sure about that. This place is already neither warm nor cold, it's neutral. But, at the same time, if I think about warmth, I feel warm. Maybe this world corresponds to my thoughts? I wouldn't want to admit that I'm completely empty. I'm not the reason that everything has disappeared, right? Can't I just adapt and get used to having nothing around me since I can't do anything about it? Are you ready to make your order? Yes, that's right. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone, but at the same time, it feels like I'm not. There are a lot of thoughts in my head, and they always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. This place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Me being here is a waste of time. I don't fill a void. I'm part of it. This strips me of the last bit of hope for salvation. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. What's the point in having one? I feel like nobody is helping me. They should feel ashamed. I won't want to admit it, but I'm all alone here. I can't do anything about it. Now she's standing on the train tracks. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 4 pizzas for the price of 2. I can hear the train. I don't care that this place is empty here. I feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone. My head is full of thoughts. They eclipse the world around me. The space is pretty cramped, but at least it's safe. Even though I'll never feel good here. Does that mean existing is a waste of time? I need to decide my thoughts will help me. They'll lead me to the exit and I'll be able to feel proud of myself. I'll be able to save myself. At the same time, I don't really care anymore. This place is empty, but it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm alone, my head is full of thoughts, a whole world, one might say. If I try hard enough, they'll be able to fill the void all around me. Still, no matter how much I keep thinking, my surroundings don't change. Yes, something happened outside my head, but what was it? There's not enough space for my thoughts. It's already filled with something else. Even if there's nothing around me, I'm still here. And my head is full of thoughts. If I try hard enough, the world isn't empty after all. I can't see anything. Session timeout. Please reload the page. Alright, well, yeah, I was thinking that we were about to get the really bad ending at the end of that. Huh. Well, at least she was able to sleep. So, apparently there, I would assume, are multiple endings, because I've only gotten 3 of the achievements, whereas I got all of them just by playing through the previous one. So I'm guessing if we don't get all the fireflies, then, so all of her thoughts together, then we'd probably end up with a worse ending. If I had to guess, the other ending would probably be her actually jumping in front of the tracks and then, like, dying in her dream. But it seems like that we did actually help her get thoughts in order. I don't know if we actually solved anything, though. Just because I don't think that that would immediately solve the issue. Like, it wouldn't immediately solve her depression. But it at least would be a step in the right direction, I guess. Either way, I think that this did a pretty good job at telling its story all through an incredibly indirect metaphor, but it made sense. Had a lot of little nuances to how it told it because of that metaphor, which I appreciated. So, alright, well, subscribe to channels. I'm out. This is Disco, the liveliest hangout spot in Otherworld.